got sacked deserved that? And the new ones that have been appointed, how far do you think their appointments will go in ensuring that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration will achieve all its aims and objectives? Last week, another helicopter crash. At least 8 persons dead. Questions. Are we having one too many of these crashes? Are military airplanes becoming obsolete? Or is it just a natural occurrence? Today on the show, we've got the director of LASMA who will tell us all about traffic enforcement and management. It's a big topic on the show today. And that's how I welcome you to today's edition of the Newsroom at 20 minutes gone past the 6 o'clock hour. My name is Ufuoma Egbamuno, your regular host of the Newsroom. By the way, if you just joined us, if this is the very first time you're listening to the show, the Newsroom is a program brought to you by Nigeria Info's Newsroom, where we take a critical look at some of the big stories that have made the rounds in the course of the last 7 days. And what bigger stories are the appointments and dismissal of some ministers last week, and of course that unfortunate crash somewhere in Rivers State along the Atlantic Ocean, Bonny axis of the state. In the next 9 minutes or thereabout, we'll be reaching out to the LASMA director who will be talking to us about traffic management and enforcement right here in Lagos, because it's a big deal. But just before we do that, let me also let you know that we're streaming the show live on Facebook and on YouTube. Facebook is Nigeria Info 993. YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. Now, before I forget, let me quickly say this. A big shout out to a very frequent listener of Nigeria Info, Yetunde. Met her on my way back from Port. As a matter of fact, we were on the same flight from Port Harcourt to Lagos, and she just walked up to me and said, "You're from Egbamuno, right?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, somebody knows me." And she's like, "Yeah, I know all of you. I listen to the show, but we're those people that don't, we don't talk. We're silent listeners." There was also another guy. Unfortunately, I did not get his name. He had been listening to Nigerian for all the way from Port Harcourt, and of course now that he's in Lagos. And I do know that there are millions and thousands of you who never call, never send any message, but are diehard listeners of this show. Well, this is me saying shout out to all of you, because you are the reason we do what we do here, and most especially to Yetunde, and of course the unnamed guy that I did not get his name. I knew I was going to forget this when I get into the thick of the action, so I had to quickly do it. My associate producer is busy here staring at me, asking, "Now the job what I send you come do." Don't worry, I'll give an query later. Anyway, guys, last week, Mercy and Ifunanya, two colleagues of mine in the Newsroom, did a report speaking to food sellers. And if you listen to Nigerian for last week, you probably just got the 30 seconds or 24 seconds or thereabout of the lamentations from these food sellers at Mile 12 Market. But it went beyond that. The lamentations were so much, and I'm using that because it feels like that's what the average Nigerian feels at this point in time. Price of gas has gone up, price of petrol has gone up, and of course almost everything has either doubled, tripled, or at least added some percentage to what it used to be. It will continue, unfortunately, because you can't even tell what the price of petrol will be tomorrow. It's just over 1,000 naira now. Some have suggested that it could go as high as 2,000 naira. I hope not, but you can't.